My name is Braxton Turner. I'm the director at In-House, and I am the video director on the LANY Soft World Tour. So the artist really wanted to do something that was cinematic. In conversations that we had, they were talking about some other shows that they had seen and kind of how it looked. And so we knew that a traditional broadcast kit was not the solution. And so while we were looking at different cinema lines, we quickly knew that Canon was a great option for this. On the video team on this tour, we had two of us. It was Bryce and I, and we handled a lot of the day-to-day. Then we utilized a couple of the LED techs as camera ops. We had one dedicated op for the gimbal camera, and then we would have 1 to 2 local ops.
You know, just Brax and I out on this tour, a lot of our shooters in each city were hired on. You know, having never really worked with Canon cinema cameras before, it was very, very easy for us with these inexperienced shooters, especially with the RCIP 1000 controller, to be able to help them focus, you know, if they didn't know or couldn't see their focus peaking.
Canon cinema cameras were very easy for new users to use. Plugging in one Ethernet line into the camera gave us tally for each operator. It also allowed us to control their zoom, control their focus, and easily kind of troubleshoot their camera and basically have total control of their camera during the show.
It was easy and pretty quick getting these cameras rigged and user-friendly for us. I think there's a very wide range of capabilities that you can achieve and looks that you can achieve with these cameras in different sizes of crew and venue.
So the cameras we used on this tour was a mixture of C400, C80, C50, and a couple N700s. We had a C400 with a 50-1000 as our main front house camera, 2 C400s on stage left and stage right. And then we had a C50 with a 24-70 on a gimbal that we used on stage. We had a couple POV cameras that we used, the Canon C80 with the Canon CINE-Prime lenses. And then we also used 2 N700s, one on the upstage and then one that we hung from a truss. And we used one C400 that we ran open gate with a CINE-Prime for front of house wide for records.
Yeah, so we had a C50 on a gimbal as a roaming cam, and that was very important to us on the show because our artist is a very active person. He's moving around, he's getting in the crowd, so we wanted to really be interactive with our artist.
Usually you see it kind of for BTS videos and images, but we wanted to incorporate that into the live set. And we tried other products that just didn't seem to fit very well. And we wanted something that fit into the Canon ecosystem. And so that's when we chose the C50.
Well, they call me Cam 4. I'm running the gimbal on stage and all around the venue with a Terror deck wirelessly, and it's been pretty awesome. The C50 is pretty streamlined. It's very easy to navigate through the menus, get where you need, especially during a song you only got 3 minutes and you got to fix a problem really quick. It's so quick to just get right there where you need.
We were using autofocus on a couple of our cameras just because the artist was getting pretty close to the camera and then further away pretty quickly.
Being able to use autofocus on a CINE-SERVO lens was really big for us, especially in a live environment when there are a lot of variables.
The autofocus is the best I've ever seen in these cameras. It's super, super fast, super, super snappy.
The show we used the 40-1200 on was a noticeable difference from the 50-1000. We noticed the image was a bit sharper, and we did notice a difference in the compression. And also paired with the auto exposure ramping compensation, we did notice quite a difference.
We got to test a new feature on the C400s. It's the auto exposure ramping compensation. And essentially it just helps us with that couple stops that we lose when we go full zoom in those super, super long lenses. There's a couple shots that we'll get at front of house from our long lens camera. And a lot of times I'll notice when he zooms in fully on that lens that I'll lose a couple stops. And that compensation definitely took a lot off my plate. You know, I've got 10 cameras that I have to manage during the show, and knowing that compensation was there in those lenses was very pivotal and helpful for me. Coming off this tour, I wouldn't recommend any other camera other than Canon.
If somebody asked to hop on another tour and asked for a camera of choice, I would definitely choose Canon, just because of the ease of use, and integrating it into an ecosystem is very easy.
I've never had a vendor-client relationship like this. They came out on the road multiple times just to see how we were doing. It just really made me grateful for all the people at Canon.